This video is brought to you by Coco the Bull, for without him, this fix would not be necessary. Hey friends, welcome back to the Renewed Homestead. I'm Ben, and you know, the thing about homesteading is there's always a problem to solve. Every day is a new adventure and learning. In fact, my daughter and I were talking last night, a couple nights ago, and I said, I'm glad you're not in college anymore and out of that whole mess. Anyway, she said, yeah, me too, except I like learning things. I'm like, well, you need to get your rear end out here to a homestead because there is always something to learn. Well, so what have we learned and what problem do we need to fix today? Well, got up here, and this is the water tank that we keep in with the cows. And I don't know if you can see it very well there. I'll take a close-up, but there's lots of scars on this from Mr. Coco the Bull. He likes to beat on tanks. And when we first got him and started doing that, we got him from Billy and Michelle over at Permapasture's Farm, and they got him from Danny over at Deep South Homestead. And Deep South commented, "Oh, he's still knocking over his water tanks. Well, he got that from his daddy." Great, it's in the blood. So we've tried everything. We tried not, hammering this down with rebar and boards across it, and Coco's he beats these tanks up. So back in August for my birthday, Michelle over at Permapasture's Farms welded us up these beautiful T-posts with hooks on them. And as you can see, this is no longer a hook, it's now straight out. These things, she did 4 of them. I will put one on each side of this tank, each side and each end, and Coco he hammers that thing and hammers that thing and hammers that thing until these things work loose and he knocks the tank loose, and then he'll go and he'll run it all the way down the hill, occasionally busting our the fencing wires. I mean, he wants this thing moved. Well, in his hammering away, he got this thing lifted up, and it wound up hitting the point on this fin. And I am 99% certain that's why we now have a hole in the tank. There really is a hole in the bucket, dear Liza. Well, all right, I'm not going to throw the tank away because of a small hole. I mean, if it were ripped wide open, sure, we'd have to completely replace it. And we do need to get a couple more of these tanks so we don't have to move this from way down there to all the way up there. But anyway, so yeah, it was funny. Well, let me move here a second. So I wanted to see, maybe you can see these holes a little bit better. That's maybe total area the size of about a quarter, and this is about the size of a dime. This past weekend, we went to our neighbor's Christmas party, and we were sitting around talking, and I mentioned the issue here. Well, boy, the guys all jumped in. Everybody had an idea. Everything from JB Weld to that waterproof Gorilla Tape. Yeah, it's supposed to hold in water, no problem. But another idea that came up. Well, yeah. First off, what I want to do is I'm going to go on the inside, and this is my great grandfather's ball peen hammer. Was a train engineer. It's by Eller. Never even heard of it. Eller Tools. But anyway, I'm going to go inside, try to hammer that out as flat as I can and close that gap as much as I can. And then what was one of the other suggestions was rubber flex spray. And I happen to have some of that, so I don't have to go out and get any tape. I think I've got some JB Weld in there. If I do, it's really old, so chances are it might not be good. I don't know, but I do have this handy. So I'm going to get in here, hammer this out. We'll spray it. We'll let it set up. Doesn't say it takes that long. Yeah, it's just a little bit colder out, so I'm going to let this go ahead and set up overnight and maybe even hit it with another spray in the morning. But anyway, once that's tightened up, I will drag it back up the hill where Coco is right now. We'll put these posts back in, and this tank will live to see another day. But I'm going to get at it here. Sun's starting to go down, and we're headed down to, I think, 20 degrees tonight. So, yep, out in short sleeves now. It won't be long. So we'll get this lined up under here. It's close to the edge, so I really don't know how well I'm going to be able to hammer that, but we'll try. And you're probably going to get muted because this is going to be loud in that tank. Actually, I need a small piece of wood. I need to pull that away from the edge a little bit.
A few moments later.
I'm going to try using just a piece of tree branch because I don't want to make the trip down and back up again. I've already done it 7 times today. My legs are beat. I just curled right up into the edge there. I might have to go down anyway. Wait a minute. Hold that thought. We have a little triage kit up here with some extra line and scissors and things like that in case we need to fix the fence in a quick hurry and not have to run all the way back down to the shop and back up again. As you may or may not have noticed, our four-wheeler doesn't like to work on a regular basis. More on that at a later time. Let's see here. These might get it across there. Look at that, made in China. Harbor Freight Special. All right, well, thanks, Great Grandpa. That worked. That sealed it down pretty tight. I mean, I could probably even get water to stay in there for, a couple of days before it all leaked out. But I'm gonna bring it in close so you can see what it looks like now. Now, I guess I should clarify a little bit. I say my great-grandfather's tool, that he was a train engineer. Well, that was my mom's, my mom's dad's dad was the train engineer. And my mom's dad was the farmer in Ohio that, I'll get a picture and put in there of him on his, looks like a Ford tractor, but yeah, he's the one I talk about more often because he's doing a lot of what he used to do. And I say he would be plowing his field or whatever, he would stop. If he saw a tree growing in the middle of the field, he'd stop, get off his tractor, dig it up, and go plant it along the road so he wouldn't kill it. I can relate to that. Definitely got to take a few coats. Closing up though, it's better already. I can tell. All right, the holes did close over. I'm gonna let this dry overnight. I will definitely hit this again tomorrow once the sun gets out and warms things up. So I think as is, it might not hold well enough. So yeah, I see some bubbles popping in there. Oh. Anyway, all right, well, I will bring you back tomorrow. We'll take a look at it and we'll see see how soon we can get in here and put water back in it. You gonna help? You gonna help? You just want me to thread the bone? All right. Video interruptus. It is the next morning. I did come up last evening and put another coat on real quick and just a little spray on the inside just so there'd be that sealant between the two in that crack. But That is nice and tight. So we're gonna go ahead and get this drug up to the top paddock here, hammer in our T-posts again, and start filling this. Now, I do have to be careful. I'm sure it would be okay, but I'm gonna be real careful about when I drag this thing up, the tank, not to drag it on this side. I'll probably just drag it on that end, or I suppose I could just carry it up. But anyway, let's get this thing up there and get it filled up and see how it holds. Want me to throw it? Okay. All right, I'm gonna go over and hook up the water to the stream. So let me know when you see it start coming out of the hose, please. Yeah, you. Put in the comments when you see it. Yeah. There's no water yet, buddy. Hey. Hey. Now, as you've seen us do before, we just hook up. We've got a 2-inch pipe in the creek over there. We just hook that up. Got several lengths of hose. We can get most of the way across the pastures here. So it just takes a minute or two for the water to get down here. Yeah, the air's pushing. It's just about here. Yeah, wouldn't that have been funny if it blew water in my ear? Yeah, this will. From experience, this will take about 2 hours to fill to the top. You'll be able to get a drink here in about 15 minutes. There'll be enough water in the bottom. And the reason I selected right here, this is our gate between the top paddock and paddock number 2. I don't know, or paddock 1, I don't know. Denise has them numbered between this paddock and that paddock. So when we are ready to move Coco down to the next one, I should be able to, if it's still standing, if it's still full, I should be able to just take the fence off. We'll get him through, and then I can slide the tank down to where Belle is sitting right now, put the post back in, and he'll be good for a couple more days. But there you have it. Be a few minutes here and the water will get up to where the patch job is, and I know it's not going to leak. You know, we hammered that down to where the metal was real close. You could just see a fine line of sunlight coming through it before we sprayed it. Put several coats of spray on it initially, and then I came back and did a couple more, and just a quick spray on the inside to sandwich that together. I know it's not going to leak, but we'll let this fill up, and then I'll just stick my fingers underneath, see if I can feel any wet under there. Well, we might have to watch for bubbles. I've got this thing hammered down so tight I don't have any room to slip my fingers underneath the edge. Okay, we got a serious question for you here. We've got a couple minutes before that covers up, and we'll be able to see if there's any bubbles coming up. In the meantime, there's been a discussion in our house, being around Christmas time. It's serious, and I need your input. Tinsel on a tree. You know, the stringy tinsel, the silvery stuff? Yes or no? I like it. Growing up, that was our tradition, and my sister and I loved grab the tinsel and throw it on the tree, and I'm quite sure Mom went back through and spread it out a little bit better than us, but Denise can't stand this stuff. You know, I would hate to say she's wrong, but, so put in the comments, tinsel or no tinsel, yay or nay? What do you think? Let us know. I'm being serious, you gotta let us know. Put in the comments. We said we'll have to put it to the viewers and see what they think. I'm a pro tinsel person. Doesn't mean I get tinsel on our tree, but I'm a pro tinsel person. All right, here we go. Just about to cover it up. The water is just covering it up right now. Anyway, all right, I'm not seeing any bubbles, so.
Me from the future.
Hey, a quick addition before we publish this video. This is a day later. He has hammered this tank so hard that he has pulled the posts up, and that post in the back there is laying up against the electric fence, so of course it's shorting it out. So, yeah, Coco, he's something else. The water's holding. That's the, I mean, I guess the point of the video is closing up that hole, and holes, but it's holding water, so that part's great. But you know, what do I do about this tank? What do I do about this bull? Nothing is stopping him from tearing this up, and if I give him another day, he's going to have that completely through the electric fence, or you know, break these lines, which he's done down below too. So anyway, well, just thought I'd update you. The patch is holding. The tank and the posts are not. Crazy bull. All right, no bubbles. It's filling. It's anchored in. I think we've got a win. So let me know what you think. Have you had this problem? Have you had a hole in a metal tank that you've had to fix before? I know there's a lot of different options. This one seems to be working. We'll know here in the coming days, and we'll see if Coco's able to get this tank loose. But anyway, hopefully that helped somebody out there. I'm sure I'm not the only one with this problem, but anyway, yeah, make sure you comment, tinsel, no tinsel. And I don't think that we can get a hoary knife to you in time for Christmas, but we will do our best. If you order it, you know, if you order it today or tomorrow, we will get it in the mail immediately, but no promises on that. But even a late Christmas present, it's a great Christmas present. So anyway, hope you're doing well. We pray that you all have a very, very Merry Christmas and get to enjoy the season, and things are going well for you. Please stay healthy. A lot of viruses and flu bugs and things like that going around out there. So try to stay healthy and just enjoy. And Belle says, throw my bone. Don't care about any of that. So, all right, everybody. Hope that helped. Take care. God bless. We'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.
Make it so.